In this video, you will learn how to shoot your own fashion lookbook for local brands. You'll learn how to do it with minimal equipment, how to pick the location for it, and how to get hired over and over because you gave your client an edge. Click subscribe somewhere down below, and let's start. What's going on, guys? My name is Walid. I want to show you guys how to photograph a lookbook today and do it for cheap and benefit and grow your business. My experiences, I've photographed some of the biggest stars in the world like Jennifer Lopez, Mariah Carey, Kanye West, Usher, Ricky Martin, Courtney Love, and also brands like Volkswagen, HP Computers, Target stores. Subscribe somewhere down below, and let's start this video so we can all grow. So let me introduce the lookbook that I shot for you guys today, the story behind it, and then you'll get a better idea of what we're talking today. I shot for Collection ELA, a newer brand out of Los Angeles. They do men's athletic wear and also basics. It is started by Eric Archibald, who is a stylist for Beyonce, Fifth Harmony, Jennifer Hudson, Future, Sierra, and so many more. So as you can imagine, my job was to give the brand a little bit of an edge, but also maintain the standards of what Collection ELA is used to. I want to talk about where photographers have created this mess, where we think that if you don't have the latest and greatest, if you don't have all of the latest lens, or you don't have this huge selection of lenses, you're not good. And in fact, I'm going to argue the exact opposite, that if you do have only one lens, if you do only have one camera, even a crop sensor, older camera, and if you can pull out the images and make them look incredible, you are actually better than most. What I did for this shoot, because I wanted to turn it into a tutorial for you guys also, is take my 7D crop sensor camera, first generation, and also I only took one lens. You've got to practice what you preach. This is what I shot with. I know that this is a substantial lens and I love it. It's the Canon 7D, take this out. It's the Canon 7D to 200 lens. It's beautiful. It's one of my favorite lenses. And then right here you have the 7D camera, first generation. It's good. It's not incredible. It actually was really great for its time, but it's a crop sensor camera. It is a little bit harder to handle than maybe my 5D, but I wanted to show you guys that you don't need all of that equipment. So what I did is I purposely decided to shoot with one lens and one camera and let you guys know that I am going to shoot images that are going to get published, that a brand is going to love. They're going to use it to sell more of their content. And I didn't take any lights. I didn't take any reflectors. It was literally just me, no assistant, no hair and makeup because Cody doesn't have hair. Okay, so actually, I just want to discuss what a lookbook is. If you're not familiar with what a lookbook is, it is a collection of photographs that shows your latest body of work. So a photographer, we would have a lookbook, which is also a portfolio. We would also call it maybe the portrait section of our website. We would call it fashion. We would call it women or men or kids or cars, whatever you would have it. It's a particular collection of your latest work. Now, fashion brands, they'll do these lookbooks, and this is what they use to book more clients. So they may not even use it for customers like you and I. What they'll use it for is getting inside stores, getting on certain website platforms, getting other collections to join with them. It's their calling card. It's essential, and that's why lookbooks are an awesome way to make some extra cash as a photographer and also shoot fashion. Now, Collection ELA, again started by Eric Archibald, they wanted to go ahead and build on this as an athletic male brand, but we also wanted to show that it wasn't just for that 18-year-old model. We wanted to show that it could be for, hanging out at the beach, working out at the beach, or you can dress it up and put a jacket over it. Now, they had just done another shoot where they did a little bit more high-end. They made it a little bit more fashion. For this shoot, I said, let's take him to the beach. And I said, let's do it a little bit in spirit of Bruce Weber. And I'm going to say something real fast. Photographers, please give credit. Please give credit. All of us are inspired by each other, so you are not any less of a photographer if you give credit as a reference. I'm trying to do that a lot more. I'm trying to show you guys and demonstrate and model that you are not any less if you actually admit that you are inspired by somebody else. So these images are inspired by Bruce Weber's work, a lot of his work for maybe Abercrombie & Fitch and similar brands on screen. But I wanted to kind of show you guys that photographers, we've created this awful mess ourselves, that if you don't have the latest camera, if you don't have that greatest lens, that you're not good enough. And you got to stop that bullshit. You have got to stop self-sabotaging yourselves and other photographers. The camera industry, they want us to buy cameras. They're making incredible cameras. You should buy them if you need them, but stop discrediting yourself, stop discrediting your gear. I use old equipment all the time and I get hired. So you will too if you just pay attention and you have a little bit of faith in yourself. To tell a photographer you don't have a full sensor camera, you don't have a whole array of lenses, is like telling a chef that can cook you don't have enough spatulas and you don't have enough pans and pots. What I'm telling you is a good chef will kick your ass in the kitchen any day, kick my ass in the kitchen any day with even a wooden utensil, okay? If you know your art, if you know your craft, you will kick ass. And I want you guys to really embrace that idea and stop chasing everything. It is the person, it's not the equipment, okay? Let's get that out of the way. And remember also, clients hire us. They don't hire our cameras. If they hire our cameras, what they would do is basically put any monkey behind that camera. They would get an expensive camera, you know, something nice. They would get an expensive camera and they would just hire anybody. They would hire a PA, they would hire an intern and put them on. But what they are doing is they're hiring us for this and for these. And I want you guys to really understand that. And when you understand that, you now have gained the power back. You have now understood what is our strong suit and how to use it. That we are hired for us, we're not hired for our gear. We are hired for our mind, not for our lenses. We're hired for our eyes, not for the camera body or the lights or any of that sort. Those are great. Those are add-on bonuses, but remember why they hire you. They hire you for you. They hire me for me. Swear to you. Next topic is location. Now here's the thing. If you're in New York, if you're in Los Angeles, maybe Miami and some Chicago areas, you are going to have to kind of battle the permit police. And it's easy, it's not that hard, and I understand that if you're doing a full video shoot, we get film permits, but when it's like a small photo shoot, and that's another incentive of having one camera, one lens, almost no crew whatsoever, is that you can get away with stuff, and you can say it's for school, or you can say it's just a hobby, and nobody really bothers you, whereas you have multiple cameras, you have multiple lights, and a big crew, you will be stopped by Film LA, you will be stopped by I guess I call them the film mafia, the film police, and they want you to pay like $800 for a little piece of paper this big, and they're just giving you permission to shoot in public. How I pick a location and how I pick this location is we met at Venice Beach in Los Angeles, and I did it for the following reasons. What I had was a model that was very, physically fit. What I did not want is to put him in a place that would steal from the product. And that's what I want you guys to do is realize this. Pick locations that do not steal from the product, okay? So if I was to put Cody on a street with a lot of graffiti and railroad and dumpsters and old cars and everything, guess what you're going to be looking at? You're going to be looking at old cars, graffiti, dumpsters, all of that stuff. What you're not going to be looking at is Cody's shirt. And so for that reason, you want to make sure that the background is as muted and as blank as possible so that you actually focus on the topic. But you also want to go ahead and tell a story, right? So that's why we didn't do it with a seamless backdrop in the background. I took Cody to Venice Beach because Cody's very athletic. They have a gym there. They have sand, they have a skate park, they have basketball courts, they have tennis courts, they have ice cream shops and restaurants and crowds and, you name it. They have grass and trees, and they have concrete and brick walls and cylinder walls and every color you could imagine. So I knew that if we were to go there, we actually would score and we would do very, very well. And when you look at these images, you see the most I put behind Cody is a chain link fence. Maybe part of a palm tree, maybe people in the background blurred a little bit, but what your eyes are going to go to is Cody's face and the product. And that's what I want you guys to think about when you pick a location, is Think of the product. Think what is not going to steal from your client's hard work. You are increasing the chance of something stealing the attention from your main product, which is the person that is paying you, which is the lookbook for the brand. Pick a location that does not steal from the brand. And in fact, it lets the brand stand out. It lets the model stand out. And also the final note on that is, if you're shooting for a lookbook, shoot close, 3/4, really tight stuff sometimes, and shoot less the whole grand thing, because you'll do one to establish the shot, but most of the time the brand paid thousands if not millions of dollars put their brand out there. So you don't want to highlight the wall behind them, you don't want to highlight the palm trees, you want to highlight their work, what they put out. The next part is giving your clients an edge so that they hire you again. And what that means is it's everything coming together. Okay, so you are the creative director of all of this. That means locations, that means the posing, and that means in particular the model too. The reason why we picked Cody Callahan, who is an incredible model, he shot for Diesel, he shot for so many well-known brands, but the reason why I picked Cody is because I did my research. The research before showed that this brand picked very young, very, I guess, pretty models, men, but they had a very pretty, delicate look to them, and they had almost a runway sort of shoot. It was still at the beach, actually, but I wanted to make sure that we took what they had, we took what they were happy with, but I wanted to help grow the brand too. So we love the athletic wear, we kept that. We love the casualness of it, we kept that. We love that they are moving and they're living life with these shirts, we kept that. What I added to it was a guy that was not quote unquote pretty. He's a handsome guy, but he's not delicate in his features. He actually, this is funny, he's probably one of the most spiritual people I know. He's one of the kindest people I know. But in a picture, Cody looks like a mean, tough guy. And so that's why I hired him. And he did a really great job on that. So I want you guys to also think about, you want to be familiar to the audience that they've built. You don't want to scare anybody away. And a perfect example of showing you this is, look at a Honda Accord, look at a Toyota Camry. They, for the most part, don't change their shapes that much. The reason why is they've already established themselves as reliable cars, as good cars for families and sensible people. So when they change their brand so much, what you're going to do is alienate the people who have built your company. So what they do is they take it little by little by little by little. They have to understand that they have an audience. They don't want to scare, but they also want to gain and they want to grow, and they don't want to be stagnant and sit in one place. So that's what we did with Collection LA. Even though it's a newer brand, I just wanted to give them a little bit extra. I want to give them a little bit tougher. I want to give them a little bit more black and white, portrait, a lot more texture, and not so polished. And I want to say, no disrespect to the other models, but delicate and pretty. So that's why we did that. You want to ask them, when the customer, when the business to business, the other merchants look at your lookbook, what do you want them to think? That is the key statement. What do you want them to think? Now, what they tell you is the direction of your shoot, okay? So it's your job now as a creative to give them that, and then also give them a little bit more edge. You push them towards that, and then you give them that option. And when you look through the selects, they will have what they want, but you will also be giving your direction where you think the brand should go based on their notes, okay? Based on their notes, you're going to go ahead and push the brand just a little bit up. And that is how you help a brand grow, but not scare them away. It's little by little, it's small increments. And if a brand loves it, they will hire you again. Because searching for a good photographer, a photographer that thinks, why they hire us is not because of this. They hire us because of our brains, and they hire us because of our eyes. So give them that. Give them the reason why you want your rate. Give them that. That's how you're going to stand out. Thank you for watching. My name is Walid, And I want you guys to go ahead and subscribe somewhere down below. There will be a lot more of these videos. I'm going to take you behind the scenes to my shoots. There's a lot more coming. Celebrity shoots, model shoots, magazine shoots, personal shoots. My job is to teach you guys. My job is to make sure that your road was a little bit easier than my road. And I want my accomplishments and my achievements and my setbacks to be something that helps you grow. So once again, my name is Walid Azami. Subscribe on Instagram, How to Photograph. Click the link below for a free photography ebook, and subscribe somewhere down below. Share, like, comment, all of that. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one.